Since we're in Maryland, I'll ask a controversial question. Crab cakes or football? HR has absurd questions too. Like, what's your spirit animal? Someone thought that'd be a reasonable way to evaluate human beings for employment. And that's a real question in real interviews. And some of you may be the culprits. Not as a joke, as part of the process. And somewhere floating around in the cloud is a spreadsheet full of spirit animals and a poor hiring manager trying to figure out if otter is a leadership category. That's not talent strategy. That's workplace zoology. And none of it tells you if someone can do the job. Not the animal, not the vibe, not whether they made the room feel comfortable in the first 2 minutes. Comfort isn't evidence. Here's the sticky part. Most HR systems believe that they're built to detect talent, hiring, promotion, performance. And they call it objective because it's documented. But documentation doesn't make a system accurate. Most of these systems don't detect talent. They detect comfort. Who sounds familiar? Who sounds easy? Who sounds safe? Relatability. That feeling of, I think we can work with this person. Sounds harmless until relatable becomes a think, speak, and process, just like me. Social performance, eye contact, social cues, confident handshake, a polished answer to a question no one will ever ask on the actual job. We reward appearance over capability. But appearance isn't capability. Capability is solving the problem, seeing patterns, telling the truth early enough to prevent damage. That's a different signal. When the system misses capability, performance is the cost. Last week, someone showed you capability, but your process didn't recognize it, so you missed it. You know, interviews are a human's natural habitat. They're staged conversations where one person is trying to seem authentic while wondering if they're doing something weird with their hands, which brings me to this. Lots of folks feel like talent conversations or less interviews are less like talent conversations and more like Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights saying, I'm not sure what to do with my hands. And we call it executive presence. And we call it executive presence. And then we score it. We score how natural someone seems in a completely unnatural situation and pretend we measured ability. And we can't quite figure out the score, we give it a name, culture fit. That's bullshit for, this person made me uncomfortable. And for lots of folks, it's more than just about being awkward. They prepare for hours, not because they're unqualified, because they're not preparing for the work. They're preparing for the performance. They leave meetings to sit in their car just to recover, not from the job, from decoding the room, from managing their face, from performing fine. That's exhaustion dressed up like a calendar invite. And then we wonder why the system keeps telling people they're the problem. I know that feeling, not as a concept, as a reality, because I'm autistic, and I'm not alone. So here's the truth. The system that makes people feel that way, that misses capability, that rewards comfort and calls it judgment is the same system we usually call merit. See, HR doesn't have a talent issue. The issue is that the system only recognizes one kind of signal. This isn't a talent problem, it's a detection problem. So on Monday, find one interview habit, meeting norm, or promotion signal that rewards comfort over capability and delete it. If your system only recognizes one kind of signal, your problem isn't your people, it's your process. I'm Grant Harris, and this is Disrupt HR.